Pittsburgh, but that has not stopped Steeler Nation from filling the stands at a rain-soaked Acrisure Stadium. Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here. As it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Set to go now on a wet and rainy afternoon.
And with the terrible towels waving wildly, we are underway from Pittsburgh. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
On the ground, DJ Giddens.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
You look at this Raiders defense.
They played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key.
And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Cowboy 80. 19 tight. 19. Dragon 60.
Back to throw. Leonard.
That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Steelers at 4-7 now on the year. And they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
40-yard line.
Come 19. Come 19. 18.
Operating from the gun. Leonard.
They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
60 Maverick. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
They'll find Metcalf.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6. And that will bring up 2nd down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
2nd and 4.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. It's their quarterback, keeping it himself from 7 yards out.
And the Steelers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
The point after through the raindrops up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
looking to put a drive together.
Come on. Set. Ready.
They'll run for the first time with Ashton Jeanty.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. Ready.
Once again, it's Jeanty.
And now the ball's out, fumble near midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Whole squad on that rail. 0-100. Real quick. 0-100. Real quick.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Ready.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards there, just like last play.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
70 Lions. Ready.
Thompson Robinson throwing here.
It's caught by Mike Evans. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
60 Bison. 60 Bison. 60
Now they'll audible to something else.
Cougar 19.
Here's Thompson Robinson looking to throw it.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Thornton. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 of the 12. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. Was that the incorrect read or just more an error on the throw by the quarterback?
I lean more towards the latter because it seemed like he was open there, just missed him on the throw.
And a tough one to miss because now you're dealing with a 4th down. And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th.
Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
Going for it. Thompson Robinson. A rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Steelers are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. As they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10.
Ready.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Operating from the gun, Leonard.
They'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a 1st down.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he stopped immediately there. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Operating from the gun, Leonard.
They'll swing this out to Giddens.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Looking to throw, Leonard. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. DK Metcalf with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Steelers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
The full team is involved in this game early, aren't they? Go down the field.
And now it's blocked. Picked up by the offense. This is a live ball. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. But the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Thompson Robinson.
Incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Thompson Robinson now to throw.
And that will be incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Operating from the gun, Leonard. Short throw to Smith. So the completion good for just 3. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage. That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This will be fielded at the 17. Gets by him at the 25. It's a 45-yard punt and 8 on the return.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
2 yards on the pickup there. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Out of the gun, Thompson Robinson.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Sticking to the air, it's Thompson Robinson.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try to figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
Taking it about the 16. There'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
2nd and 10.
Operating from the gun, Leonard. Had his his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. Third down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Off-play action. Leonard. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly is told that you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Fielded just inside the 30.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards.
And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10.
At their own 41-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. Now 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Now they'll change things around before the snap. Thompson Robinson now. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. And what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt home. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. They'll keep it on the ground again here. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
This return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
Here you go, set. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
The run straight ahead with Genty.
And he loses the football a second time.
And this is going to be a Raiders first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. Exactly right. A lost opportunity.
He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Now the ball comes loose.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
It reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
2nd and 6 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield strike, they look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
And that is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
80 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Here we go. Ready.
First carry of the game for Zamir White.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Thompson Robinson now.
Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Bowers.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a big...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a later touchdown.
Ashton Jeanty, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
And that's a step in the right direction. This had the feeling of one of those turning point kind of drives. If you come up empty there, it could be a long road back. But they persevered and hung around, and they closed the gap here in the 3rd quarter with their first touchdown of the game.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Buried behind the line by Christian Wilkins.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. Back to throw. Leonard.
That'll be complete to Giddens.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off. Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 49-yard line. They'll look to throw again. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. Third quarter action in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, PA.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
Again, he'll drop the throw.
Catch is made by Metcalf.
Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
19 Lions. Trap 60. Dragon 60. Buffalo 18.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
So that potentially a turning point here this third quarter. A 2-score lead down to 1 now following the pick 6.
And that had to be the message at halftime for this defense, delivered and accepted. We need to go out there and make something happen.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will shrink to 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up 2nd down. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Jeremy Chin picks it off.
So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They got to go back.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
Patrick Queen got in there to stick him. He gets the sack.
10-yard loss on the play.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
the middle. It's Genty.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
First down, Las Vegas.
On first down, it's Genty.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 25-yard line.
Ready? Six the Eagles! Six the Eagles!
Thompson Robinson will look to throw. Over the middle, hooks up with the tight end Bowers.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown.
Brock Bowers.
25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Raiders are an extra point away from going back on top here in the 4th.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the 2nd half after a decent first half offensively. Now he's free at the 35.
And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Ashton Genty
With his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game.
And the Raiders will add to their 4th quarter lead. Well, he was already over 100 yards running the football prior to this play, but this run may be his best yet.
I've got to agree with you on that one. We're looking at a guy running with extreme confidence, running in harmony and sync with his blockers. All of them kind of moving as one. And look at the end result. Big plays.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This one deep into the landing zone, returnable from the 2-yard line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Still plenty of time here in the fourth quarter. Just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and two-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage.
Well, that plays a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the fourth quarter, and they got a big one.
Yeah, such a close game, a very big one.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And that's a much-needed first down right there. Look, they're down by 8, so logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a fourth down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
Down the sideline he goes. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Roman Wilson, 68 yards. And the Steelers have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the fourth. All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come.
The Steelers will line up for the two-point conversion.
They'll try and run it in. And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game now tied here in the fourth. But this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. A little juke. And able to get this out to the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. The drive will begin with a run by Genty. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 134 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. They'll go again with Genty. They find some open field here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 37 yards.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They run straight ahead here with White. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. The tackle by Cole Holcomb.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Throwing, Thompson Robinson. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
Well, the elements, the crowd, the situation, this is NFL football at its best. Here's 3rd down. The DTR going to throw it here. And that's going to be incomplete.
The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Leonard.
That's to Freiermuth.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's 2nd down.
Here's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Let's go.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
And the Steelers'
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. So after the penalty, a break. 1st and 5.
Back to throw. He's got a man wide open, complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
I think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Here's 1st down.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Now Mills.
And that is incomplete. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
Here's Mills. The throw right side here going to be incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive. I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yet in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
This is caught by Evans.
And even though he gets out of bounds to stop the clock, it's not going to matter. That 1st down going to be enough to write a finish to this one.
10 at the 42-yard line.
Unlock line. Come on, come on.
On the give, GNT. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
Now a timeout called for by the defense as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Let's go. Ready.
Now it looks like he'll throw here.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
That's a tough spot for a running back coming out of the backfield because you know he's got to look for the football, knowing full well he's got a man coming his way, full steam, and he broke that one up.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down.
Cowboy 80. Go.
To throw is DTR. That is intercepted. Picked up by Patrick Queen. And the Steelers are in great shape here as they take over at the 46-yard line. And my, how the tables have turned now. They were trying to salt this one away, but that interception, potentially a game changer.
And I've just got to think to myself at this point of the game, I know you've been aggressive. I know that's your MO, and that's fine. And all those teams that talk about all gas, no brakes, you better have the emergency lever to pull occasionally. They could have used it right there. They put themselves in a tough spot with that interception.
Mills looking to throw it.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
On the ready.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now.
Go. Bronco 80.
Mills back to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here.
60 Bison, 60 Bison, 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play.
Too far for a field goal. They've got to go. It's 4th down. Mills to throw for it on 4th. Oh, he had to force it there on 4th down, and it's intercepted. And the Raiders have just about sewn up this football game.
When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for Las Vegas,
they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, The playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.